Right, here we go with the Pirates spring training report. I know he was a starter, but he's a relief pitcher today because we had Greg Brown last week. Here's Steve Blass. Steve, good morning.
Good morning, Jack. Yeah, I'm not used to closing, so maybe we can work our way through this. It's always great to hear your voice, man. It is.
Well, listen, good to be with you, too. You know, it's been a long time, but we keep it going here. I'm going to talk about pitching with you in a moment. But first of all, let me ask you about this third baseman here, Moran.
Yes, Colin Moran,
yeah.
A very highly regarded young man we got in the Garrett Cole deal over to Houston, and looking at his stats, there's power. There's a theme of power because he played part of a season last year. 18 home runs maybe doesn't seem like a high volume, but when you consider the number of at-bats, it was a good percentage. So, yeah, he's one of the X factors, Jack, as is Dickerson in left field, two new players that we got that are penciled right into the starting lineup. So Dickerson in left and Moran at third base. We're anxious to see what they're both going to bring to the Pittsburgh Pirates. And I haven't seen the starting lineup for today up in Orlando against the Atlanta Braves, but I hope it's Moran in there, and I want to see as much of him and Dickerson as much in spring training as I can.
All right. Well, yesterday, as we talk about pitching here, 6 pitchers. You had 6 pitchers in the game, and you held the Twins to just 4 hits. Give me your impression of what you saw yesterday.
Well, what I felt, I didn't work the game, Jack, so I wasn't up there, but I liked what I heard about Brault. I liked what I heard about Tyone and Elias Diaz, who is a strong-arm catcher, hit a home run. Frazier got some hits, so all in all, a good ball game. You know, they beat the Twins 9-3, 14 hits. So, you know, it's a kind of a feel-good situation when you pitch that well, just 4 hits, and then you pound the ball around the ballpark. So all in all, a good win for the Pirates. And obviously, still early, but you know, you're looking for little bits and pieces along the way before you get into the middle of the month when it starts getting down and dirty, and you see more of the guys you're going to be seeing on a regular basis. But so far, one of the guys I really like what I'm seeing from Jameson Tyone. I mean, he could be a real cornerstone of this rotation. Yesterday, okay, and the time I saw him down here in Bradenton, he worked. He worked a couple innings and struck out the last 3 batters he faced. So Jameson Tyone needs to stay healthy for a season, and I think the possibilities are endless for him in terms of what he could bring and you know, kind of fill in. Garrett Cole is gone. Garrett did great work for us, but right now, after the business of baseball, it's a lot of it's about Jameson Tyone.
You mentioned Diaz with a home run yesterday, and I know things have to progress a little bit more too. Does he have a chance to maybe press for that number 1 spot?
I don't think so at this point, Jack, because Cervelli has been kind of the glue. But to be honest, there's been a lot of injuries historically for the career of Francisco Cervelli. So you want to see Diaz emerge, and he's always been known as a good throwing catcher with an okay bat. So if the bat comes along and he starts getting more playing time, he could emerge in terms of getting more playing time and maybe look for not so far down the road of competing for that number 1 job. So, yeah, he's a person of interest. Just a quick thing about this starting rotation now with Tyone and Nova and Williams and Cool, and then you wonder who's going to be the 5th guy. Is it going to be Kingham, Clay Holmes? So that's going to be an interesting thing as we go down the road. Who's going to be number 5?
Now, we have the game on 11:60 today with the Braves. Are you working the game today?
Yeah, Greg and I are going up to Orlando. Again, we get the I get the report. You know, I'm illiterate with technology, so I haven't seen who's starting today, and our newspaper down here doesn't give us great coverage. So I'm in the dark as to who I'm going to see, but it's always good to see pitching and how it's going to work for the Pirates, Jack.
Well, we can do something that we can talk about when we meet again here on Wednesday morning, huh? That's what we can do.
Well, I look forward to that, yeah. And by the way, I'm not going to retire until you do, so just hang in there.
That's not in my future. Hopefully, not in yours either. Todd just tells me that Chad Cool, he just checked here, is going to be one of those in action today. So,
thank you. Well, you and I got backup then. That's
all right,
good.
We do. Let's keep it going, Steve.
All right, I'll look forward to talking to you on Wednesday, Jack.
Thanks a lot. Steve Blass, one of our favorites. They're all our favorites, but go back a long, long time. I always remember when I worked in Connellsville at WCVI, and one of the guys that worked there had a 6-year-old son, 6 years old, and his favorite was Steam Blast.
Steam Blast.
So there you go. All right.
That'd be a great nickname.
Yeah, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it? Yeah.
Good stuff.
Okay.
It's great to hear his voice again, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, man. All right. It's